Hello and welcome to Lists and Other Things That No One Asked For with Jesse Barbin, your weekly mini podcast with essays and lists about music, TV, books, and in general, the painful process of growing up. Thank you for tuning in. Here's the scene. I'm back in the office and they're having a team meeting. To my horror, I realize that somebody has got it into their head that they're going to do an icebreaker. It's Ryan, the supervisor. It's always stupid Ryan. He thinks he's going to create team cohesion and improve morale by having everyone say something interesting about themselves. You're the worst, Ryan. I hope you get fired on Christmas Eve. Here at work, I hope nobody knows anything about me. I'm not here to make friends. And I know people say that as an excuse for being awful, but I'm literally not here to make friends. I am here to get paid. I am courteous, I have a can-do attitude, and I am a team player, but the less I know about Michael in accounts payable, the better. The sharing starts and it's mostly bragging. Michael from accounts payable is into weightlifting, and he's won some local competitions. Brag. Plus, we know that, Michael, you're always mixing a protein shake as loudly as possible in the break room. There's a lot of stuff these people don't know about me, mostly because I keep quiet and get my work done, as is proper. Rachel's up next, and did you know she won the Miss Morgan County pageant when she was 17? First of all, you've already mentioned that 100 times, Rachel, and second of all, brag. It's getting close to my turn, and what do I say? I could just lie. Nothing is stopping me from just making things up. I toy with the idea of saying something outlandish like, I played football in college, but immediately decide that particular deception would collapse with even one follow-up question. What position did you play? And then I'd have to say, okay, I lied. I don't know sports. I just wanted to sound cool like Michael and Rachel. Maybe if I said I competed in the Microsoft Excel World Championship instead, they might believe that. Now Miranda's up and she's saying she got kicked in the head at an AFI concert in 2003. Now that is an interesting fact. I might actually ask her about that later. And here all this time I had thought Miranda was boring. It's almost my turn, and what should I say? Something interesting about me is my sophomore year of college I won first prize in a county fair for a lemon meringue pie I baked. This is true. The pie story, I mean. My mom taught me how to bake a lemon meringue pie when I was younger. Well, actually, she taught me to make a lot of things. She and my dad didn't want me to leave their home after graduation and be totally useless to the world. So they made sure I knew how to do a lot of the basics. I knew how to sew a button on a shirt, how to unstop a toilet, how to do laundry, how to change oil, and somewhere in there I learned how to make a lemon meringue pie. Lemon meringue pie is not an essential skill, and I'm not sure how it's stuck into the otherwise practical battery of life skills, but it's something I know how to do. My gift for pie was not something I would readily share with people back then in college. The Great British Bake Off wasn't a thing. Baking wasn't a quirky hobby you picked up in the pandemic. It was just kind of a strange thing for a 21-year-old man to know. I basically baked that pie in secret. I went to school in a small college town, and the idea to bake something for the county fair came from a friend who was from a big city and thought small county fairs were fascinating. I can't remember why she thought it was so hilarious and interesting, but it's probably from that time of your life where you have to do a lot of things ironically because you're projecting the image that you're too cool to do anything authentically or sincerely. We had agreed to each bake something for the fair, but when the week of the county fair arrived, my friend chickened out. She said that she felt self-conscious about her baking skills and didn't want to do it. But I, on the other hand, had already used my limited college budget to buy stuff for a lemon meringue pie, so it was lemon meringue pie or die. I whipped up a pretty perky meringue, I'm not ashamed to say. It was nice and fluffy because I don't need to tell you that nobody wants a droopy meringue. I let it cool gradually so the meringue wouldn't weep too much. The county fair is a great model of equality. At the agricultural hall, I put my name on a tag, and that tag was then folded in half so the judges can't see the name of who submitted the pie. The little old ladies who were running the baked goods table took my pie and tagged it and told me to come back the next day after the judging was complete. When I returned the next day and told my name to the old ladies at the baked goods table, they seemed a bit surprised. They handed me a big ribbon that said Grand Champion and a check for $5. They said they cut into my pie and the filling was nice and firm, the lemon was nice and sharp, and I know I already mentioned it, but my meringue was mad fluffy. I knew my meringue was fluffy, but wow, I'm blushing. There were several other old ladies there picking up the remains of their pies, totally ribbonless. I got a significant amount of side-eye from them for being a 21-year-old dummy who beat them in a baking contest. I was just as surprised as they were. I never win anything, and I definitely didn't expect to be taking home the Madison County Fair Grand Champion pie ribbon, but life is funny that way. That's the key to winning at life, I guess. Go in with low expectations, don't take it too seriously, and that somehow translates into a better performance. It works when I'm interviewing for jobs. Whenever I already have a decent job and feel ambivalent about the job I'm interviewing for, I always crush those interviews. When it's something I really care about, I'm all desperate and nervous, and it doesn't go well. I feel like there's some larger takeaway, but I can't articulate it well. I think it is care about things, but not too much. It's my turn now? Something interesting about me? I don't tell them the pie story. It's too personal. I tell them that my favorite food is sesame chicken. Nobody cares, and they move on to the next person. What a relief. The moral of the story is, I hate icebreakers, and they're basically a hate crime. Thank you for listening to Lists and Other Things That No One Asked For. I post a new episode every Monday. If you prefer reading, this is also available as a Substack. You can find me on social media at Jesse Barbin. See you next week.